You see that mountain over there? Yeah. Well, I've already mapped that mountain. So, I'm sorry it's going to be kind of weird for a bit, but I'm packed up and ready to go for what I think is a very special day. And I'm kind of really excited and kind of funny at the same time. If all the participants that may be showing up are willing, I want to take you along for the ride and share some of the moments of the day. With that, I'm going to get this thing started and start rolling down the road. We do have a bit of a rain coming in, but it looks like it's supposed to be short-lived, so we're hoping for the best. So we're here. Would you like to tell us how you and I met?
You were just buying some eggs for my mom, and I asked you about that toolbox right there.
And when I told you about the toolbox, what happened?
You told me how you store your muzzle loaders there.
I'll fill in. At the time I said to him that I shot muzzleloaders, he gave me the biggest smile I think I've seen in years, and said I would love to learn how to shoot muzzleloaders. So at this time, would you like to give your name?
My name's Jesse.
And I call him Duckman for short, just because that's how we met. And you?
Devin.
Yeah. Devin's kind of a bonus. I wasn't expecting a Devin today, but hey, this is a twofer. Right. So basically what I've done is I've grabbed a couple of one of my newest muzzleloaders, and then one that I bought with a special purpose in mind. And we're going to go out and shoot both, if they're interested, both a percussion lock and a flintlock today.
Okay.
You up for that?
Yeah.
So when it came to black powder and muzzleloaders, black powder, I actually had an old man take an afternoon with me out to Spokane, Washington. And he took the time to take me shooting a completely different muzzleloader than what we're shooting today. But that, in the long run, don't really matter. Then he took the time to teach me how to clean it. Mind walking over here for a second? So I better put this on. One of the things I didn't bring, and that's okay that I didn't bring it, was a third powder flask. Sometimes with a flintlock, you run much finer powder to run in the flash pan, but you don't have to. It will work. If you got powder, flash pan will work. So, to get you to shooting the first time, I'm going to let you stand back and do what you want to do. Got questions, I'll answer them. The only thing I'll try to tell you ahead of time, go ahead and put it in, is if for some reason the cap goes off but the gun don't, keep it pointed down range in a safe direction, because sometimes hang fires do happen. And even when you decide to work on the issue or address the issue, keep it in a very safe direction.
Do you want me to put this back in here?
For now, yeah, sure. Or you can just set it up here somewhere where you can get back to it real easy. So the next thing I'm going to do is, again, you'll find something similar to like that in here.
This color?
Yep. And I've brought back down two different styles of patches to use. And if we get a chance, we'll go through all of it. But you set that patch right there like that, as square as you possibly can. You with me so far? Yeah. So now I have a bag like this at the bottom of that. Now I got to ask you one more question again, just because I can, and that's how I am. Have you shot at all before?
I shot 12 gauge 22, and that's about it.
So the one thing I want to show you that's different about this particular style of muzzleloader is right here. It's called the crescent moon. People, even in the black powder world, will do videos crying about how that crescent moon hurts their shoulder. Well, I got news for you. It doesn't ever go to your shoulder like your shotgun does. So at this point, I'm going to hand that back to you. So you got your bicep muscle here.
Yeah.
You got your collar or shoulder socket here. So you want to place that so it's actually wrapped around your arm, okay, between that bicep muscle and that shoulder socket. And because it's sitting out there extended so far, instead of shooting like this, you shoot more like that. With me? Make any sense?
Yeah.
Any questions? So at this point, you know how to load this thing, right? You're already to a point that you're ready to prime. So when you get back into your pouch there, which is called a possible pouch.
Okay.
Some people will try to give you a hard time about carrying a purse, but it's a possible pouch.
What do you
You're
mean?
hot. So we're going to stand behind you.
And then just.
And I would use the box as my first.
So where do I put this guy?
Right here. I'll demonstrate it here with this one that's still not primed. I put it right like that.
Like that?
No. Between the muscle and your pivot ball.
Okay.
Just like so. Went faster than you thought, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna kick a lot more too.
Well, I'm not running you a heavy charge. I'm running you at 60 grains. A lot of people start around the 40, 50, but there's no reason that shouldn't. But we learned something just by that shot. You want to see it? What to expect. And in this case, get over here for me. As you're doing it, I'm going to take the time, is you're putting actually some of your powder in the pan. And you don't need a lot. As a matter of fact, technically I got too much. Okay? See what's in there?
Yeah.
Technically too much, but we're going to go with it. This is going to be the slowest flash I've had in a long time because I've been using the fast stuff. But same thing. I'm at full cock already. Shit, can't see crap in my eyes. Can you see the fundamental difference?
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you excited? Do you like the idea of shooting this one too?
I like that fellow right there a little bit more.
That's fine, but you?
Like that one, I haven't shot one of those yet.
Okay, well we will. Even he will if he wants. But at this point, I've already showed you how to load it, right? You take it, set it over on that side. Because at this point, I'm going to try my best just to sit here and wait for questions and shut up. So in this case, I'm actually shooting 80 grains, but I'm also shooting a heavier rifle than that one. That one's 54 caliber, this one's 50. So there's you some powder. And I'm going to try to make sure you young fellows are on the thing and spend more time doing that. But you see why I wanted you on this side, so that you kind of knew what to expect.
Yeah.
How they work.
Am I okay to reload this guy?
Absolutely. Keep in mind everything I told you, and you'll be just fine.
Sorry about that.
Huh?
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay. You don't have to apologize. This is all your fun now. Oh, before you put a percussion cap on it too, I'm going to see if I can't find something for a screwdriver to get us out of this little mess a little bit. You can put more in there if you want. Right now, we're not talking exact science, or we'd be scaling it by weight. I'm not going to get in trouble for that either. But if I'm using a wood, I do it like I was doing the baseball thing, but backwards instead of going to the point where I want to do this. It's hand over fist.
Okay.
Like that. That's
Right.
me personally. Like I told you, a lot of people start up here as soon as it gets hard and just keep tapping it up. But again, so how'd that one load for you? This is simple. If you're adjusting, I gotta take my glasses off and you see half what I'm doing. It's simple. You got up, shows you the direction for up. In this case, from the rear sight, you want up because it shot low, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, we're not moving right to left for now, but same thing. If you want to go right, you roll it right. If you want to go left, you roll it left. It's as simple as that. And you pick your target. What do you think? Part of the stance, you know, being here, you need to hold it snug and lean into it. I want you leaning into it and allow this right here to be your shock absorber, so it should look like that. But you're doing great. That's a flash in the pan. You did good. Keep it right there. Feel better?
Oh yeah.
I'm powder burnt because I didn't get wet. But I wanted to make sure it went this time.
Clean that.
Huh?
I thought it was gonna kick a lot more.
What did you shoot at? I missed it.
Oh,
You
the
finally
box.
got one.
The box.
Huh?
The box.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it actually turned it, didn't it?
Yeah.
What'd you hit?
Nothing.
What was you aiming at?
The orange.
Huh?
The orange bucket.
Okay. You got a lot of powder in that one.
This one? Yeah.
Looks like you hit what you were aiming at, I think.
Yeah.
Because I thought I seen splash.
I hit that orange guy, the one Devin
Huh?
was aiming. I hit the orange guy, the one Devin shot at.
And missed?
Yeah.
Well, he won't miss again. I can just feel it coming.
Yeah, I did.
Don't feel bad. Like I told you, I haven't finished sighting that thing in.
I think this guy's line rated up.
Are we good to go? Are we having fun?
Oh, I'm having
Okay.
a lot of fun.
Okay, so I'm...
Kind of want to get a muzzle loader now.
Huh?
I want to get a muzzle loader now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, that one's still running good, isn't it? So now you don't have to worry about the moisture in that barrel anymore. Did you hit what you were aiming at?
Yeah. Dead center.
Okay.
On the box.
You... I don't know what you were shooting at, but I didn't see anything go.
Neither did I.
Are you liking that? Can you say how much you like that?
I like it a lot.
Plug your ears. somebody hit the stick. So let's for kicks go look at.
God, I love the smell of sulfur in the evening.
Well, by God, I saw a lot of stuff fly. I don't know if you hit anything.
I did.
So we didn't ruin anything for entertainment there, did we?
No.
So I'm going to pull out this instead. This patch. Because I think it's a better patch. I was of the kind of guy that liked white muscle shirts. I don't think so. So it became a whole bunch of cleaning patches for me. Where I come from, whatever one's gone isn't the one he's going to shoot at.
That's not the one I was gonna shoot at.
Alright, let me hurry up real quick then.
Oh. My God, that thing's been pretty much reliable since we cleaned it out, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
I can't complain. That's running with 2F black powder. Did you hit what you were shooting at?
No.
What's going on? I don't know what you shot at.
I missed. I was shooting at the wood.
Keep her in a safe direction. Is it possible? Can you hold those? You see that little delay? If we shoot one more round, we're good. I mean, this was for you, not for me. Well, I'll take that back. I am tickled that I'm here, able to help you guys out with something new and different. Okay?
We appreciate you very much. Thank
So
you.
when we get back to your house, the only thing I'm asking is that we get your mother out so that she's present before I leave, okay?
Okay.
You come this. Say that again. Somebody, I bought this at a cut rate at a pawn shop. And the whole reason I bought it is because somebody did me a favor and got me started in black powder. It's been a lifelong love of mine. And I've been searching based just on this muzzle loader alone that someday I was going to see that bright smiling face that had that spark. You with me?
Yeah.
So this muzzleloader, as far as I can tell, the only person that shot it has been me, and it was enough to tell you what I told you out there at the range. So what I'm trying to tell you is this is your adventure.
Thank you.
Be sure that when you use it, you know what you're doing, and you're going to make sure you make ethical shots. And remember everything I told you about if you need me, you've got me in contact. But I'm not done. Everything that's in here, and one of these is actually pretty much what I told him is black gold. Swiss black powder is probably the hardest or most expensive and probably the most high quality black powder out there. So it's not cheap, but I didn't have any other to go with, so you have this.
Okay.
And that, part of the reason I wanted your mother out here is to understand that when it comes to what you got there, is not to be taken lightly. And what I mean by that is, for an example, store it in a dry, cool place away from any heat source. If your fire breaks out, don't try to save it. Go the other direction.
Yes.
For me, this old buffalo hide has been on thousands of miles of ventures with me, and I'd be honored if you took it with you. You should have everything you need. I've already told you how to clean it. Again, if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. And I'm throwing in an extra powder horn, or powder measure that can hang off of here. Currently, right now, it runs at 100 grains, but you can adjust that as you want through some filing or whatever. 3 spare tubes that you can preload ahead of time, so if you're out hunting and you want a quick follow-up rather than go through all the process we did out there, you can do so. But this is now your adventure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Just what did you do that?
Sorry.
What are you sorry about? I'm not. It's the whole damn reason I got it. I wished I'd have had an extra one. I didn't know, but I'm just honored to have anybody, because if I don't, I'll take that back. It's not a me thing. If us who love this sport don't take the time to teach the sport, the schools ain't going to do it anymore. The 4-H ain't doing it anymore. And it's the way I look at it, it's my job.
I was
And
like
somebody
very
done it.
happy that you called and asked, because it's like the stuff I learned when I was,
It was everywhere.
yeah, and it was like I grew up with loaded guns in every corner. And
Even in Wyoming, people who was teaching hunter safety, including game wardens, would call me up and say, "Mountain Man, would you mind doing archery black powder for me?" And I'd be like, "I'm in." So right now, this is, I hate to say it this way, but it's as much important to me as it could be to you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't forget it. I've told you I'm there. You know how to do it. He don't, but that can be worked out too. He's just got to let me know who the hell he is when he does it.
he's my other son, my adopted
Your
son.
other,
My adopted son.
Well, I made it back. And I'm not even sure that I got the right words to close this one out. So I guess I'll do my old boring thing and tell you a story. I walked into a pawn shop, 7, 8 months, 9 months ago. And there was, by chance, a side lock muzzleloader. I picked it up, looked at it. Bore looked good. For the most part, everything looked clean. And they had a $100 bill on it. Didn't have $100, so I said, "Will you take 80?" They said, "Sold." And I walked out with that muzzleloader in mind, that someday that I would walk across the kid that had that right spark when I talked about black powder, or they got to be introduced to it, that could carry on, help carry on a median, I guess is the right word, that I love so dearly. I don't know if it is captured in this, but the smile when I told that kid that I not only hunted and shot guns, but I said that word of black powder, he had the biggest smile that I've ever seen. And I was, from that moment, knew that this day was meant to be. And the funny part about it is within this story, the only reason I got acquainted with this young fellow at all was I was driving in a place that I don't take this to go, looking at new territory, and I come across a sign that says chicken and duck eggs for sale. Price don't matter, but I immediately looked at it, said, God, I haven't had a duck egg in forever. And before I left that day, I think I bought 3 dozen duck eggs. And as I was leaving the driveway, this young fella met me coming in. He was coming in as I was going out, and he says, do you live up here? Well, first of all, I knew right from the start, he knew that I didn't live up there, because the last place on that road happened to be his house. So I'm pretty darn sure he knew I didn't live up there, but we had a decent conversation. Then, for whatever reason, well, I know the reason. I exchanged phone numbers with his mother because they live far enough away that to help support that family to buy chicken eggs or duck eggs. I wanted to make sure there was actually enough for me to buy from them if I went over there. And we exchanged numbers, and when I got home, I opened up the name on that, and it was the exact same spelling and name of my cousin. Now, again, I've said this before, I left here many years ago. And when I did, I didn't even talk to family hardly back here at all. So when I saw that and thought, geez, this could be my cousin if she kept the maiden name, I made sure to go back and make contact. Well, then turned around and I ended up a lengthy conversation over this toolbox and whether I'd sell it to the kid. And as soon as I told him that, yes, it belonged to a small pickup, but until I could find or afford a toolbox that actually fit this with more space, that I was going to keep it, because I use it to carry my guns and lock them up when I'm out on a hunting trip or fishing poles. And he just immediately said to me, he says, you hunt? You fish? And I've already told you the rest of that story. Well, you saw my persistence on making sure that this day happened, and for all things to be on a Sunday, I thank my lucky stars for the blessings that was given. And I can't express enough how much this day meant to me. And I guess if I had to say anything in closing and give you a moral of the story, is I guess I'm in need of another pawn shop find. And with that, I'm just going to thank you for your time.